skills you never thought you would know, and give you a high-technology career that will let your future grow. Take the first step. Visit your Air Force recruiter to see if you qualify. Sponsored by the Air Force.
Hi, Sorno.
Hello.
There was a time when you were, like, you know, the most popular actor in America.
Well, you talk like it was 100 years ago.
No,
It was
no,
3
no.
years ago.
C'est vrai, il y a 3 ans, Burt Reynolds, révélé en 72 dans Délivrance, était encore l'acteur le mieux payé aux États-Unis. Et puis de vilaines rumeurs de maladie ont commencé à circuler à Hollywood. Après 3 ans loin des studios, il tourne 3 films coup sur coup, dont le plus récent, Rent-A-Cop, avec Liza Minnelli, sort dans quelques semaines à Paris. Peut-être pour lui, la fin de la traversée du désert. Sous l'image du super macho, il fait preuve en tout cas d'une sacrée lucidité sur son métier et sur Hollywood.
You were on top of the pile only 3 years ago, and now you have to almost prove yourself again. How do you experience this?
Well, I don't think I have to prove myself again, but I think that, first of all, I didn't expect to be #1 in the world. So that was a surprise. I didn't expect to be #1 in the world 2 years in a row. 5 years was quite an astonishing feat. The last person that did it was Shirley Temple, who has much prettier hair than I have, and she's smaller. I didn't expect it at all. I always expected to be a working actor. That's what I started out to be, and I was very content with that. So I'm not unhappy where I am now. I'm a working actor again, and nobody's going to give me a benefit, you know. I'm doing all right. Acting is like fighting. You can't learn to fight. You know, Sugar Ray Leonard said to me, I know how to beat Marvin Hagler. And I said, so do I, but I can't do it. Well, he did it. And you can know how to act and not be able to act. You have to do it. And the only way to learn how to fight is to fight. You have to be hit and go down and get up and punch, and you learn, you get better. Well, acting is something unlike fighting that you can do when you're 50, 60 years of age. You can get better at it. Fighting, this gets better, but everything else slows down.
Does the comparison stop there?
No, the comparison goes on and on. You get knocked out and you can give up, or you can get up and use your anger in the right way. You can get better by putting the anger to use.
You feel it when things were not doing too good?
I've felt a few punches, yeah. I just hope I'm not punchy, but I felt the punches, yeah.
But that made you really want to go on and do.
Yeah,
more.
the difference between fighting and films, acting, is that your opponent is in front of you as a fighter. I don't know where mine is, but he's usually hitting me back here someplace, you know? If I could have him right here, I could do a lot better work.
Do you think you chose carefully the path you accepted over the years?
I think I've probably chosen worse than any actor in the history of films. I think I've probably chosen films because of friendships, and some films I said, what's the location? And they said, Tahiti, and I said, I'll take that picture. No, I had disastrous in terms of choices, but I don't regret them. I had a good time.
What is a bad choice for you?
A bad choice?
What was?
Oh, they're too numerous. I mean, you said 40-some films. I probably have 30-some bad choices, you know? But you learn from bad films. You become a better actor from bad pictures. Sometimes you learn more from a bad film than you do from a good film. In that case, I should be a very good actor.
Is there any parts that you turned down that you really regret not having taken?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Could you mention a few?
Yeah, there was a film that Jack Nicholson did that he was nominated for an Academy Award for that I turned down. There was a film. There was a lot of them, but I'd rather not talk about them. It's kind of like talking about somebody you should have married, you know? It makes you get very sick to your stomach.
Did you also made bad choice in that department?
I'm pretty good at that too. Yes, absolutely. But it was never, I don't think I ever really took it seriously. I always thought somebody was going to come up and say, "Caught you. Get out of here." And I'm not looking anymore, but I think I just stopped looking for that guy about 10 years ago.
How did the stunt stuff come in? I mean,
Well, I because I was played football in college and all that, I started doing stunts, and I got a lot of parts because they didn't have to hire a stuntman. You know, they'd say, "Get that guy. He falls down the stairs and he talks okay." You know, so I fell down the stairs and talked, and as the years went by, I fell less and talked more.
you still do all your own stuff?
Yeah, I still do some of them because I'm afraid that guy's going to tap me on the shoulder if I don't.
Do you enjoy being I mean, do you enjoy the actual work as an actor?
Oh, very much, yeah. Yeah, the comedy especially, I have a good time. And there are times when I'm not terribly happy doing what I'm doing, but that's generally because I'm not happy with the script not being quite what I hoped it would be or whatever. But my college football coach used to say, "You can't make chicken salad out of chicken shit." And it's rather difficult to do, you know.
So what do you do when you get chicken shit?
Well, you're in chicken shit. That's it. You have to just make up your mind that's what it is and not eat it.
So you try to have fun during the shoot still and stuff like that?
Yes, you try to have fun. You hope that if you have a good enough time that the audience will too, which I think is probably the secret to Cannonball and Smokey and the Bandit. I mean, we were having such a good time that nobody quite listened to the words. If you listen to those words, you'd throw up, you know? But I mean, they're having such a good time. Everybody's laughing so much that the audience starts having as good a time as the actors, and that's the secret to those films being successful. I think that's Police Academy, any of those pictures that do well, that's the reason why.
How about any films that you really had big hopes for and that turned bad or not the way you...
Well, you know, you never do a film saying, "Let's go make a bad movie." Let's go make a bad movie and try to make one that doesn't make money and let's have a lousy time. I mean, every movie you do, you think is going to be, for some reason, you think it might squeak by and do all right, you know? So you're more surprised that they're not as successful as you thought than you are if they are a big success. The probability of them being huge successes is rather slim, actually, so you shouldn't be that surprised, but most actors are stupidly optimistic, I think. Otherwise, you'd get in another profession. I've been disappointed a lot in terms of them not being terribly well received, because sometimes you do a film that doesn't make money and you show it to people and their comment is, "Gee, I like that film. I really like that film. Why wasn't it successful?" And you want to say, because you didn't go see it, you know? Because you saw it for free here at the house, that's why. Why people decide that a film is something they want to see has always been amazing to me. It's incredible. You can be doing a film in this town and be halfway finished, and the maitre d's at the restaurant know whether it's any good. It's the drums beat very loudly.
How do you explain this?
I've never been able to figure it out. And you know what? They're generally right. They're generally right. I understand why bad news travels fast. That's always traveled faster than anything in this town. But I think that good news does too. It's quite amazing. They really do know when something's good.
People really enjoyed Knocking You. It didn't come just from the critics, maybe. It also came from the business.
No, I think it's a time. It's a time we're in. This is a time when the yuppies have all, we're very money conscious in this country, and we all, there hasn't been a war in a long time, and we're looking for heroes. God knows we've got a new one now, Oliver North. I mean, we're desperately looking for heroes, and when we get a hero, the first thing we do is we make a hero out of somebody, and then we destroy him. And if we destroy him far enough, then we can make him a hero again. But you have to get him so low that he's on all fours. Just on limping is not good enough. You've got to destroy them. And Hollywood is famous for that. I mean, if you look back at some of the people that have gotten Academy Awards over the years, it's generally because they just had a tracheotomy.
Does it bother you?
Does it bother me? No, I'm quite fascinated with it, and I find a certain black humor about it, which kind of appeals to me. No, if it bothered me, I would be in a home somewhere, wouldn't I? I mean, it's the facts. That's the way it is.
Is there any sense of betrayal at people who didn't support you when you getting those knocks?
Well, I think when you talk about betrayal, you're talking about friendships that turn on you. No, I've never had that. Not true friends. The people that turned on me, they did because it was in vogue, and they weren't friends anyway. And they'll be the same people that jump right back on the ship and want to come over to the house and have tea when the picture's a hit. You know, you have to understand that most of the people in this town are chameleons. You know, they can turn any color that you like them to turn. And you have to understand it. If you have a chameleon for a friend and you understand what he is, then it's fine. If you befriend somebody and you think that they are your best friend and they stab you in the back, then you're a fool for misjudging that friendship. I never had that problem. The people that have been friends of mine, or have always been friends of mine, there have been those people, I won't lie to you, there are those people that dove off the ship very quickly and swam for shore, but they were people that I knew were going to die for cover the first time any shots were fired, you know.
Do you think they like what you're doing less than they used to 4 years ago?
No, I don't think they like me less. I think they probably like Eddie Murphy more.
The taste of the day.
Yes, it's the flavor of the month, we call it out here.